Thank you so much. Oh, I know you need to stretch for a moment. How about Blake Wilson? What a great job Blake does. I was talking to him off stage. Please be seated. About how far we have come. These wonderful luncheons, we'd have, it seems like 500 or 600 people, and we would be so proud of the group, and now there's 2,300 here today. And how about those star students and their teachers? 282 of them. Let's recognize them one more time. As all of you know, when I became governor, we began to set goals. The first year of the legislative process, we said I truly believe was the most successful that I had remembered for economic development opportunities. We made Mississippi the most job-friendly state in America. Second year was transformational change for our educational system, and we continue to do that each and every day within the legislative session and at the executive branch. And this year we moved on to our criminal justice and correction system to help make sure that we were smart on crime. But at the same time, we were multitasking. So I dedicated the year of 2014 for the creative economy. Now you'll see more of it today. 2014 is the year that we will recognize our musicians, our movies. I actually call it a sort of our movies, music, money. Because you see, there's 60,000 Mississippis employed in the creative economy. Think about that, 60,000. Now, those jobs are here because of the creative ability of so many Mississippians, but that support system, Mississippi's creative economy is a sum of all wealth generated by the state's cultural and creative enterprises. Now, institutions, people, and places. It adds value to traditional economic sectors like manufacturing, agriculture, tourism. What would tourism be without our creative economy? Who would want to come to a state and begin their manufacturing process, their companies and corporations here in a place that had no creativity? We have it in abundance here in Mississippi, from cultural creativity, as I said, to our music. Imagine, if you will, the great history of Mississippi told by B.B. King. The stories of Elvis Presley's birthplace, where his wife Priscilla visited just a short time ago. The First Lady and I were just over at the Jimmy Rogers Festival, beginning that great event for the father of country music. This indeed is the birthplace of America's music. As you know, every genre that has begun started just here. Very soon we'll continue that throughout the 2014 with this great creative economy, a Mississippi homecoming. You see, we're having a homecoming and we're inviting the world. Now, there's many people that's been a part of this. As I sat down with Malcolm Wyatt and explored my vision of where we would go and where we would grow, you see, Mississippi's creative economy has outpaced the economy of the rest of the nation, growing at 4.6%. Those 60,000 jobs would be like us bringing 12 Nissan plants to the state of Mississippi. If that were to happen, well, all the world would be in awe of our creative ability to bring industry here. So now we're bringing that creative economy. And you'll see so many people that will be involved in this. Many of them will be on the stage today. Folks that I think of in the culinary arts, like my friend Robert St. John, Cassandra Wilson, Morgan Freeman. Y'all heard of Morgan Freeman. You've seen him in a few movies. Bobby Rush, Marty Stewart, and Steve Azar, the creator and father, if you will, of the mighty Mississippi Music Festival. And if you haven't got those dates, it's October 3rd through the 5th in Greenville, Mississippi. Delta Soul. That's what Steve will tell you about. So as we're able to create this economy, it helps create jobs and revenue and investment. Now, we've had some minor success in other areas, like bringing Yokohama Tire Company here to West Point, Mississippi. Grammer Incorporated, a German auto supplier, located its U.S. headquarters. Grammer's United States headquarters will be in Shannon, Mississippi. Then there's Raytheon, a great expansion in Forest, Mississippi. German powertrain manufacturer Foyer in Tunica County. Manufacturing facility, a great manufacturing facility in the Mississippi Delta. As we said earlier, expansions at Nissan and Toyota Bushuku. Denmark-based stone wool insulation manufacturer Roxel in Byhalia, Mississippi. Power distribution equipment manufacturer Aluma Forma in Tipper County, Jackson Furniture in Itawamba County, and on it goes. Nearly 10,000 jobs, almost $1.3 billion worth of private investment in Mississippi. Mississippi's growth outpaces Southeast last year. In 2012, we reached $100 billion GDP, $100 billion GDP for the first time in Mississippi's history. Now, I think that's time to celebrate. As we look at these entrepreneurs, I think about folks who I get to see every day. Just last week, a fine gentleman came to my office. He's an artisan, John Wilcoxon. John Wilcoxon comes from DeSoto County, and he and his wonderful family came to the office, and he said, I began to take my art, some of the old antique wood that we thought was long gone, and rather than filling up landfills, he uses it for art. And you see a piece of aluminum shaped in the state of Mississippi, and our speaker, Peter Sims, will be up here in just a moment, and I brought this for Peter. Because when he goes back to San Francisco, I want him to remember forever that there's a wonderful shining star in the Southeast called Mississippi. And its creative economy will outshine those that have in the past thought so little of our opportunities. Now, they look to this bright state into the future for its music, its arts, its entertainment, and its success. Thank you so much for being here today. God bless every one of you and the state of Mississippi. Thank you, sir.